Hey everybody, how's it going? Whew, man. This is gonna be the hardest stream of my life. All right. Let me know how everything sounds, how everything looks. I kind of prepared for this stream, but I am not ready for this stream at all. So first, introductions. Hello, I am SoFetch, ex-Motiga dev, current Perfect World community manager. I'm a purveyor of beards, Zenobia fanboy, #2 Ashlyn cosplayer, the stream dude. Here I am. All right, cool. Looks and sounds good. Thank you. All right. I guess for the intro, I just want to give a couple shout outs to everybody that's been part of this stream so far today. Steve, Ehop, Felco, Wasabi, Turtle Duck. And then coming up after is going to be Lola Ruse, Lekup, Ash, and Crip. And then, of course, the hosts. We've got Dashi and Septies and Paul Reck. Those last three, they really helped put this whole thing together, so big props to them. You know, I was going to do this stream anyway, and they reached out to me, and they're like, we want to make this thing big. So, yeah, thank you all so much for being here. It's really exciting. Man, I'm really nervous. The scope of this stream changed like 6 times. So I had a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to show, and then it got dwindled down, and now, fortunately, seriously, like, literally within the last hour, we got access to the entire archive, all this cool stuff. So, where do we begin? Oh, actually, first, I need my co-host here. I thought he was here initially, but boom, gotta have somebody next to me, so here it's gonna be Sven. He's gonna co-host it with me. You can see he's ready to get turned up. He's mixing drinks for us. So another thing before I forget is, yes, of course, we're gonna be having giveaways. Unfortunately, all the giveaway systems that I used before this don't work anymore. So I'm posting something in chat here. Not working, let me post it over here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there it is. So I'm gonna spam this in chat a couple times. We have to use a Gleam giveaway. So make sure you click on that, and all you have to do is be logged into Twitch, and then just click the little button in the bottom right to be entered to win one of these fantastic, gigantic shirts that I'm actually wearing underneath. But you probably don't want the one that I'm wearing, but here it is. You can get this one, or whichever side you want, whichever size. We don't have that many, so yeah, here, I'll post it in chat one more time for you guys. There you go. And I'll be spamming this throughout the day, so make sure you hit up that link, and then just enter using your... Link's broken. No, link can't be broken. Okay, well, maybe I'll fix this in a bit. You want this shirt specifically, Crip? Okay. Dude, link works. The link works. There's tons of entries. All right, cool. Okay. So I had a whole structure, and I had to take it down and reform. So this is going to be like a really free-form kind of event here. So to start things off, we had a Reddit post, and people were asking, or I had asked you guys what you wanted to see on this stream, and so we got a lot of really cool responses. So the first one, and to start this stream off the right way, this first request comes from Generic Guy, and he says, I'd love to see what was the really, really early content for the game. Well, Generic Guy, I have the thing for you. Now, I'm about to show you guys some like very exclusive content that I'm sure none of you have seen before. So while I get the tape set up here, just like I promised you guys, we're gonna see some really exclusive things. Here we go. So please hold your PogChamps until the end. I don't want you getting exhausted. There'll be plenty of time for the PogChamps. So without further ado, let's roll the tape. Ah, wasn't that sick? Yeah, so Gigantic, in one of its earliest versions, was a game codenamed Raid. So you can see a lot of the influence from that video, and you can see how it was kind of translated to where Gigantic is today. You'll notice a lot of your favorite heroes. Yeah, back when Margrave had weapons, Laren had a fat mustache, old Gren, the old Trip model, Roland, he hasn't changed too much. So that was only the first video. So we're gonna watch another one. I hope you guys like that one, because they just keep getting better. So here. Roll the tape. All right. Pretty sick, pretty sick. That's some cool stuff. Yeah, so that one shows more of how the game used to play, right? That was the original intent for Gigantic, is that it was a PvP game, and then there were these massive bosses that you go and fight like a raid. That's why it was codenamed Raid. So it was like the condensed version of an MMO raid with PvP elements in it. And all that led up to the Gigantic we have now. So we've got one more of these videos. This one is the best, and this one has a lot more things that you'll recognize, like a lot more characters and their abilities, and this one also has better music too. So without further ado, let's get this one queued up. All right, the final video, and then we'll get into other things. Oops. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Sorry, folks. Let me switch it back over. Here, we'll start from the beginning. The VLC capture didn't work on that one. Let's try again. Sorry. Best. Oh, rip, dude. It's not working. The VLC capture isn't working. Okay, we'll try one more time. Okay, hold on. Maybe if I take it off. Sick. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties, you know, but at least we got it working. Awesome. So what'd you think about that? This is all the original stuff from what Gigantic used to be like years ago. You could see the tag in the corner of one of the videos from 2013, right? All three of these videos are from 2013. This is old Gigantic. Anyway, that was fun. I'm really glad that I got to share that with you guys. So real quick before we transition to the next section, this next segment, if you haven't already, here, check chat. I've been posting this link if you would like to get one of these Gigantic shirts. Yeah. Go ahead and click on that link. You just have to sign up with your Twitch account. So if you're already on Twitch, then you should just be able to press the little button in the bottom right corner, and that should give you an entry. And then I'll be reaching out to you guys after the weekend is up. All right, cool. So that was the video segment. Next, I think we're going to go into concept art. Let's see. Let me get situated here real fast. Make sure all this looks good. No more black screens. Okay, this one should be working. Okay. Awesome. Where do we start? Heroes is at the top. Maybe we should do Guardians first. All right, let's start with Guardians. Here we go. Okay. So, I hope this works. I'm going to have to take these pictures and drag them over. So what happens here? That is tiny. That ain't going to work. Okay. I can't see chat like this either. That's all right. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, so during this segment, sorry about that little tiny little picture. All right, what's that, the doctor? That dude plays the doctor in all those TV shows? Trying to look at the tiny little image? Okay, so I'm just gonna be moving stuff over like this. That's also tiny. All right, bad pics. Okay, here we go, all right. That didn't work either. Hey, there it goes. Okay, so we're just gonna be looking at some of the concept art. That I'm just gonna be pulling this stuff randomly, like, shout-outs to our IT team here because I got all of this stuff just an hour ago. So I didn't have time to like snag the pictures and put them into a folder or anything. So we're just going to be grabbing these directly from this, this page, and I'm going to be copying them over, and hopefully they work in the browser. So all right, here's some profiles of Leyrin. You can see she's making some cute little faces there. Let me see if I can find some older pictures of Leyrin. Okay, I'm just going to start shotgunning stuff off here because we got a lot of stuff. Here's a skin concept idea for Leyrin. Here's a second pass on that one. I'll try to give credit where credit is due. Okay, which reminds me. So while the game is still up, you guys can go into the credits button, which is at the bottom left there, and you can see a lot of the people who worked on this game. Definitely just go to every single artist all the way down and search for them on Google. You'll be able to find all of their personal channels and send them a follow because they really deserve it. They've done some outstanding work, not only for this game, just in their career and their personal lives too. So this one is from Jeff. We got some Leyrin art here. Okay, that's really all I've got for Leyrin. Let's see if we can find some cool stuff for Gren. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see if I can snag this picture. All right. This is going to be real freeform. Sorry about that, guys. Nope, tiny. Okay. Okay, here we go. This one should be a little bit bigger. Nope. Nope. This one? Nope. This one? Nope. Oh, it's lagging. Here we go. Okay, that's a little bit bigger. Here's some concept art of Gren. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. So we showed this a little bit earlier in the videos. You can see this is the original style for Naga, for Gren. He had pillars that he would swirl up, and then I think you could either attack the pillars or they break somehow, and then he falls over, and he would create like all these different little pillars across the arena, and they would cause collision. Let's see, here's a picture of his model. Old school Gren. Oh, this one's pretty. Here we go, a bunch of different colors for him. Some color exploration. There we go. That's him enraged or just powered up. Them colors, yeah. Okay. This looks like it's working okay, right, guys? Like, we got a lot of cool stuff, concept art, and so this segment might be a little bit slow just because I'm kind of working my way through figuring out how to best do this still. But yeah, let me know if this is working okay. So we'll do as much concept art as I can get through in a short period of time, and then we're going to hop into the game. And I have some older clients, and I can actually show off some real gameplay, some cool stuff. Yeah, you're great. All right, cool. Thank you. Sweet. So here's some more Gren. Let's see. Oh, this is a cool picture. Looks like Leyrin eye lasering Gren on the ground. Damn, look at that. Just blasting him with eye lasers. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is a cute picture. Aw, look at that. It's like he just woke up. Ooh, here's a more menacing one. Yeah. These are all like very different versions of Gren. we go. So those are some of the older ones. And then we start getting into the newer versions of Gren here. As you can see, he's starting to develop into his new style. Looking good. Here's another one. And then here's him on Shadowy Fire. There we go. Oh, this one's funny. I'll leave that one up for a bit while I find something else. You guys can read that real quick. Cool. Got some glowy eyes there. So at one point, Gigantic had what we called power paws. And those were kind of what we see here, this gem, and you can go and attack it. That mechanic didn't last too long. It was super fun, but it was super unbalanced too, especially for Gren. Like, Leyren had both of her paws on the ground, and Gren only put one of his hands on the ground, so you had to shoot the other one. Let's see, what else do we got for Gren? Oh, and then this is the last one. Here we go. Boom. And here's his model with the glowing arms. That looks sick. Nice, nice. Okay, so those are the two current Guardians. Of course, we had a ton of other Guardians that were in various states of development. A lot of them were just concepts. So disclaimer, a lot of the things that you're going to be seeing here could possibly have never, ever made it to live. Like, a lot of this stuff is just entirely conceptual. Entirely conceptual. So, the next Guardian, as far as I know, would have been a Tesserus Guardian, which I'm sure a lot of you were familiar with that. So the Tesserus Guardian would have been something that had to do with like robots. So here is one of the, I think this is probably the oldest concept of the Tesserus Guardian. This is when the Tesserus Guardian was going to be associated with bugs, but I think that changed later on. Here, actually, I'm kind of going through this for the first time in like a year with you guys. So here's a few of them. Oh, this is so much easier. You can see really early concepts here. What is this one? Oh, nice. That's a good picture. Yeah. This one too. There we go. A bunch of exploration on what the Tesserus Guardian could have been. Here we go. This is an alternate take. That one's kind of small. Here, I wonder if I could just do this. It doesn't work so well, but there you go. This is just an alternate take on what it could be. Again, it's still in like the really early stages here. I think we had more final versions of that too. Let's see if I can find those while I'm going through some of these other ones. Oh, here it is. Okay. Woohoo, all right. Oh man, this is super exciting stuff. It's really slow on my side. Sorry, guys. The second version looks nice. Yeah, this one's a lot more colored. Okay, so this Guardian, oh, come on. Come on, internets. Our internet has been really bad here. I think somebody's like downloading the entire Taylor Swift discography or something because our download speeds have been really bad for the last couple weeks. Okay, here we go. This is the stuff you guys really want to see, if it'll work. Come on, man. No. Oh, man. Okay. It's so slow. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, worked. There we go. Okay. So this, what you see on the screen here, I think, is more the direction that the Guardian, the next Guardian, the Tesserus Guardian, would have been. So I think it had like multiple forms. There's the color, right? That's kind of the traditional Tesserus color. Oh, and it's gone. Where do these go? Oh man, I'm sorry. This is really slow. Apologies. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, here's some of that, the meaty concept art. There we go. So it's like multi-layered and it's all electrified. Here we go. This one looks like a crab and a lion, kind of. Here we go. Again, super early concepts for these. Another one here. Here's a rough outline of the height next to the other Guardians. And then little Gnosis down there in the corner, all little Gnosis. This one's upright, like a Juggernaut. Oh, here we go. All right, let me zoom in on this one. Oh, it's kind of blurry. Let's see how this one looks. Oh, cool, looking good, looking good. Can't scroll on that. This one. So you see it's really kind of coming into its own form. There we go. That's the last version that we have. So if the Tessera's Guardian would have looked like anything, it probably would have looked like this. There's a couple other ones. I think I showed these ones already with color. Here we go. Cool. Yeah. All right. So then we have another one. Let's see. That is not going to work. Dang, that's a bummer. Let me see if I can just save this image then. No, that's not going to work either. Darn, okay. Well, it's really hard to see. Okay, I'll keep looking for a better version of this. But here's a bunch of like other, again, super early concepts for other Guardians. Like this one was a Kai, kind of looks like Vadasi. This one's like this one's a frog. This one has a shield. I know it's tough to see. I'll keep looking for better versions of that. Okay, so this ain't gonna work. Let's move on to minions. We'll go to minions, and then we're gonna go to heroes, and then after that, we're gonna hop into the game. Unfortunately, we don't really have too many good concept art of like maps because all that stuff just fluctuated so much. We do have some for Sky City though, and I can show off some of the concept art for Sky City. But first, let's check out some of these minions. Let's go with dragons first, because I know there's a dragon that never released that I'm sure some of you have seen art for. So, come on. Oh, it's frozen again. Okay. This is going smooth. Here we go. All right. Hey, okay. So this is, I think, the final concept art, the final art for the Sandrake, which this is fully modeled, and I'll get to show you guys that in-game in just a little bit. This thing is so sick. So we had a lot of plans for this, and I'm not sure what they ended up deciding on, but it could have been an entirely different creature, like the difference between a fire drake and a storm drake. It could have been the Sandrake. Or another idea was that it could be just a skin. So we had ideas for creature skins that could, you know, just like a hero skin. You can just get this from some method and then toggle it on or off, and you could use this as a skin for one of your creatures. I think these are the same. Let's see, yeah. Okay. That's basically it for the Sandrake. And then again, we'll show that one in-game just a little bit. Come on, man. Okay. Here we go. Concept art for the Storm Drake. I think we've shown this, actually. Okay. Concept art for the Fire Drake. There it is. Awesome. I think the Fire Drake changed colors a few times in development. Okay, here we go. All right, the Fire Drake has a bunch of like really meaty things. Will any of this be able to? Will any of this be available to view off stream? The VOD will be saved, so you guys can come back and watch this. I'm not going to shut the channel down, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm not going to shut the channel down yet, so you'll have a little bit of time to come back and see the VOD and everything that we're showing today. So cool. Here's some ideas for what the Drakes could look like. Got some really snazzy stuff here. These ones look more prehistoric. There's this one. Okay, cool. I like this dude in the bottom right. He kind of looks like a dinosaur. And then this guy. We have a colored version of that one somewhere. Let's see if I can find that one. He's like a poison drake. Ooh, these ones are sick. Yeah, look at this guy, like a chameleon. And this one's just melting. Oh man, he feels like me right now. It's really hot in here. I'll have to take this coat off in a little bit. All right, here's the color ones. Nice, nice. These are sick. All right. So we've got some concept art for the baby dragons too, once this starts moving. Come on. The Woo Drake? Here we go. A lot of exploration for what the original baby Drake was going to look like. So, you know, this one is the one that was chosen, the plump, happy little baby. Let's see. Cool, that one's nice. And then there's these ones, a bunch of different colors, just some exploration on that front. All right. I think let's move on to Cyclops next. Does this work? There we go. Exploration into the baby Cyclops. I guess from the beginning they just didn't have mouths. It's like, well, I give them mouths. They don't need a mouth. Oh, rip. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. The adult Cyclops. There we go. The Frost Cyclops. That looks awesome. And then I think we have a few for the Magic Cyclops. Let me see if I can find them here. Oh, man. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying these fat beats. It's a good song. Here we go. Okay. Oh, come on. All right, well, I'm definitely using up the full 2 hours. Thanks. This is it's lagging real bad. Come on. Okay, the whole thing's frozen. Okay. All right, while we wait for this to respond. Oh, did it work? Here we go. Okay. Whoa, this is fat. Okay. There's a bunch of different ideas for the Magic Cyclops. Wait, can you guys see this okay? Kind of. Yeah, the image is large, so I'm gonna have to scroll over to the side. You can see here's the base, adult Cyclops, and then here's some of the ideas for the Magic Cyclops. Like, of course, the eye is a central theme, so that's gonna be everywhere, and then they're like real plump. There we go. It's looking pretty sweet, pretty sweet. And then this one, the second round of roughs on these, it's like his whole body's just been obliterated by magic. And there's a color version too. Ooh, check this out. There it is. All right. Hey, that works. All right. And then this one, playing with the colors and some shapes a little more. Yeah, moving more into like the kind of rune look that's prominent in a lot of the shapes in Gigantic. And then some more colors here. Nice, nice. And this one is kind of the first look at how the current version of the Magic Cyclops turned out. This one looks more like the other Cyclopses, and it kind of fits better into the world instead of just being this like monster tentacle thing, right? It feels more like a Cyclops, and that's, I think, the direction that they were going in. And then this one, cool. Oh, this is nice, here. Yeah, some look at different types of walls. That's sick. Oh, here we go. We got a couple more of these too. Like this one. Nice. And then this one. I think this is the final concept for the version we have in-game. Cool. Okay. Next up, let's check out some Cerberuses. While we're waiting for this to load. Oh, okay. How does this one look? Nice. This is the real old style, right? It looks a lot more savage and realistic. This is I think this concept was done before Gigantic even came into its own art style. This is probably one of the oldest pieces of concept art we have, if I recall. Okay. Yep, it's loading. Oh, this one might be frozen. Oh, it's recovered. No? Kind of. Eh. Okay, it worked. Sweet. We just got to be really patient with it. I just have to finesse it. Cool. So here's the Tough Cerberus, the Stone Cerb. That looks awesome. Let's see if some of these other ones here work. Hopefully they do. There's a lot of exploration for different types of Cerberus. There's like a Fire Cerb, where its whole tail is ignited. Its whole tail is fire. It looks so smug. This is fine. There's a poison one. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Here's another kind of tough Cerb with a tail on fire. This one actually has an ignited tail. That guy looks pretty beefy. It's like a junkyard dog. All right. This? Hey, all right. Concept for the Shadow Cerb, my personal favorite. I love this guy. I like the way he looks. So this is the one where his back is like on shadow fire. And then, of course, like this is just kind of what he looks like without the other effects. Nice, nice. Here we go. We got some really cool stuff for the trees. Hey. An early look at the bloomers, baby and adult. There we go. The finalized art for the summer bloomer. It's looking pretty snazzy there. Well, this one's going fast. There we go. You get to see his face a little bit. Cool. There's some full body with height comparison for the little baby. Here's a lot of exploration. These ones are sick. They have legs, like they can move around. And then here's where they're starting to come more into its form. Nice. The concept art for the fall bloomer. Cool, cool. We have a lineup of all of them. I'm gonna see if I can find that one on the way too. All right. This one's cool. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Sweet. The spring bloomer. Oh, it's so adorable. And the Winter Bloomer. I thought we had a color lineup of all of them. So I'm going to search for that real fast while you guys look at this guy. The Santa Claus Bloomer. Oh, this is cool. Here we go. A look at the pickup orbs. Sweet. Banana for scale? Okay. I mean, we know the scale of these. I don't have a banana, I'm sorry. Next time I'll certainly have a banana for scale. All right. Might be frozen again. Come on. Oh, it's recovered. All right. Sweet. So we're going to move into obelisks. There it is. Sweet. So this is the original obelisk style, and this did release with the original version of the obelisk. So when we transitioned to live, like when we launched on Windows 10 and Xbox One, the early access, the open beta, this was the version of obelisk that we had. And then that one was like placeholder since I remember. Here's some exploration into what the obelisks could have looked like. Here's another one. Some more on the old style. These are just models, I think. I think they just painted over the model. Here's the beginnings of the current obelisk. Cool, cool. Another one. And some more. These are looking good. These are so sick. And then this is when they started to finalize the obelisk style, starting getting some color to them. Here we go. Oh. Add some glow. And then I think this is the last one for the obelisk. Yeah. They're lasers. Little eyeballs underneath. Oh, okay. I'll keep this up for you guys. All right. This one seems to be working. Awesome. Nope, not working. All right, next up is the demons once it starts loading. I'm going to re-chat for a little bit. K-Suds is in chat? Ooh, Lord K-Suds. He blesses us with the presence. Taito for scale, yeah. You want to see Rang? Okay, I'll get to it. We'll be getting to the heroes shortly. This will be the last ones for the creatures, and then we'll get to the heroes. When it loads. Come on, man. Okay, while we're waiting for this thing, I do have some backups. So here we go. This is the original key art for the game. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this if you went to any of the PAXs where Gigantic was present. Right, this is the old school key art for the old style of game. Roland is over here, little Roland. So when we went to the new style of key art, we commissioned some other styles when we were still working on getting like the current style out that you guys see all over the place that are like on the banners and stuff here. So here's one of them. This one's pretty sweet. It has a completely different feel than the styles that we went with previously and the style that we have now. But it's pretty awesome. And then we've got this one too. Yeah. Okay. This still isn't working. I might have to shut this down and try again. Oh no. All right, we're back. It's good. It's good. I do have to find my place again. Here we are. All right. Okay, forget about the demons. We're just going to skip past that. I'll show you guys the demons in-game anyway. So here, I do want to hop into game, so I'm just going to show off some of the concepts for the protos, because a lot of the concepts for the current heroes are out anyway. So, I'm sorry guys, I'm waiting for this thing to load. Here we are, okay. So one of the heroes that was concepted, this is codename Rang. So he uses boomerangs, and I can show you guys this in game too. Here we go, I think Lexi was working on these ones. Super sick. Here we go, some concepts for the boomerangs and what those look like. Some skills. Here we go. Yeah, it's a unicorn. More exploration here. Oh, it's so awesome. And then I think this is the final. Yeah. Next up, okay, I gotta be able to find a better picture of that. Okay, well, here's this one. This is Juggernaut. I can show Juggernaut off too. Again, this is, I'm pretty sure this is the final concept art because the model looks very much like this. So she's very heavy melee, hard hitter. Here, she has an enrage mechanic, so that's what she looks like when enraged. Here's some facial expressions, some exploration on that front. I think we have a couple more of these ones. Before she had her big-ass two-hander, there were a bunch of different things like sword and board here. Cool, that's Juggernaut. Come on. All right. Next one, another hero that was in the works. This is, I'm pretty sure, again, the final concept art for Potshot. So it would have been a ranged hero. And they have their kit in-game. I don't think a model was ever done. It wasn't ever put in any of the test clients that I had. But this is Potshot. And here's another really cute picture. Off the mount. Aw, little Potshot. So as a ranged hero, here's how it would have worked. Potshot's LMB requires you to hold it to fire. So it kind of works like a railgun, I guess, but in this regard, it was like a slingshot. Yeah. And this one, cool. We have one more thing of Potshot that I can show, I think. Here we go. Some real early sketches. Okay. I've seen a lot of you guys asking for this one in chat, so let's see how this looks. Here we go. Here's Shadow. Shadow's another stealth hero. Shadow's super cool. Like a lizard, cat, snake. Dude, Shadow's so sick. Okay. Oh man, this next one's so sick, but it's not working. Come on. Here we go, okay. Here's a concept for one of Shadow's skins. So I believe Shadow would have released in like a Sky Pirate themed update, and here's probably the skin that would have released with Shadow. And then here's some more colors for that one. Ooh, these ones are running smooth, that's good. Here's some concepts for it. Yeah, Sky Pirate. Cool, cool. And last but certainly not least, here's Roland. This is what Roland would have looked like had he returned to the game. So everybody knows what old Roland looked like. This is new Roland. You see, he lost his hat. Yep, he still got his drone and the shotgun. And instead of having a grappling gun, he has a grappling arm. He just uses his arm. He just shoots out his arm and he grapples onto things. There's Roland. Yep. Roland had some skins too. Come on. Thank you for your patience, folks. Really appreciate this. I'm happy all of you have come out in your day, taken time to come chill with us and see all this cool stuff. So here we go. This one has part of a model. Oh man, come on. Okay, I'll just ramble on until it works. This one has part of a model in game. Here we go, okay. So this is the Roland's Demon Hunter skin, right? Okay, I'll keep zoomed in on that one. Okay, I think this is a bigger image. Here we are. Yeah, nice, nice, looking good. So this is demon themed. We have a lot of concept art for demon themed things. And then this one, I don't know what the intent for this one was, but it looks sick. It's called Night Watch concept art. I know the image is kind of small, sorry about that. Let's see if I can find a better one. Here we go. Okay, these ones are looking pretty good. Here we go, this one, right here. Nice. That one's clean. So he's like Interpol. It's got one of those little hats. That looks more like a grenade launcher, but he definitely has a shotgun. Let me see. There's a few more that I think I can show, and then we'll hop into the game. We have some more skin concepts. Oh, man. All right, it's respawning again. Kind of. I'm really trying, guys. Sorry. Hey, there it is. All right, cool. Well, that's kind of small. I'll keep zoomed in on this one. So this one does have a model in-game. This is Darkstar Zandora. Of course, the fat mohawk. It's awesome. To go along with Shadow, we had some other Sky Pirate themed skins that we'll get to in just a moment. It's trying. Oh, man. It's just like perpetually loading now. At least you guys had this sweet song to jam out to. Okay, well, I'll take this opportunity while it's frozen to ask chat, is there anything else that you think you want to see concept art-wise that I can squeeze in here real quick before we hop into the client? I think this is RIP. Oh! Oh, it worked. Okay, here we go. Sky Pirate themed. There's got to be a better picture of this one. Here we go. The Darth Vader Amani. Yep. This one does have a model. I'm not sure it's working in any of the builds that I have, but this is the Sky Pirate themed Amani. Then there's this. Just some exploration into what that skin could potentially have been. Sky City, okay, I definitely have Sky City concept art, I can show that. Taito, you guys want to see Taito? I'm seeing a lot of Taito. Okay. There's one more skin, then we'll go to Taito, then we'll go to Sky City, and then we'll hop into some games. Oh, I don't have time for all of them. Sorry, folks. Maybe at the end if we have a little bit of time at the left before the next segment. Here we go. Okay. I think this is working now. Yes. Boom. So again, to go along with the Sky Pirate theme, we have a Beckett Sky Pirate skin. Pretty sweet. This one was being worked on. I saw it in various states. I don't think that any of the builds that I have like a working version of this one though, unfortunately. It's just frozen. I think I saved the Sky City images somewhere here. No, maybe not. Bummer, okay. Here, I think this is working now. All right. Demon Taito concept. This one's titled Ragged. Oh yeah. And then I think there's one more here. I'll zoom in on that a little bit. Sweet. Okay, Sky City. Sky City went through so many iterations. Like in the video earlier, the raid videos, you can see that was Sanctum Falls, right? Which was called Mistforge before, and it was probably called something else before that. So you can see how many times that map's changed. And even if you had only even started playing since like Xbox Open Beta, right? Xbox Windows 10 Open Beta, then that map changed a ton. So you can expect that all the maps have changed a million times. So these are just some like sketches of what Sky City could have looked like. You can see a lot of the same colors and a lot of like the industrial theme coming out of these. And of course it's a Sky City, so there's gonna be a lot of places to cliff. This part of the map actually I think was pretty finalized in a lot of the versions that I played. So this is a neutral point in most of the last builds of Sky City. This part pretty much stayed the same, and then everything else around it changed a lot. But yeah, this part was kind of like a neutral point on the map. Here we go. There's a lot more detail. Some dark, seedy alleyways and some shop fronts. Oh, this one's awesome. think that's mostly it for the Sky City stuff. The cool stuff anyway. Oh wait, here, I can show this one. That one's kind of hard to see. What about this one? That one's a little bit easier. This one? All right, cool. Nice, yep. There's a little bit of Sky City. Okay. Thank you all for being so patient during that segment. I know it was really slow. Now, let me switch back to my face here. Ooh, yeah, so you can check out the beard in HD. All right. So, I am now going to get set up on a couple old builds. We have this one. I set this up early, so it should be working. It might be really loud, so headphone users beware. Hopefully it's okay. More art? Art book? Oh man, I'm sorry, folks. Like, we've got about 50 minutes left, and I want to show you some stuff that was actually in-game, that actually made it in-game. All right, this appears to be working. I'll switch it over in just a moment, hold on. Hopefully the audio isn't too loud. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. Okay. Here we go. Sweet. So this is quite an old build. This one is from 2016, from like mid to late 2016. This is the old interface. I'm sure a lot of you recognize this. It's pretty awesome. I don't think any of these really work. It's probably not going to show too much in here because I'm not logged in, so there's nothing to pull from. Yep. Yeah, see, I don't think this is going to have any characters. Yep. Collections, the old Fortune card tab, and how this used to look. Yep. This, I used to love playing with this. Seeing how many little glitters I could get at once. Okay. Each one of these builds has something unique that I want to show. This one has, okay. This one has a very early version of Wizard Woods, Sky City, and a level that hardly anybody talks about, Magma. So we can check those ones out. Okay. Let me know how the audio is, guys. If it's too loud, I can turn it down for you. First, hopefully this works and doesn't crash. All right, awesome. It looks like it's working. Ooh, excellent, okay. So before it was called Ember Grove, this was called Wizard Woods, and it's still called Wizard Woods internally. Ooh, that sounds real loud. Okay, let me know if it's too loud, I can turn it down. So this version had the Guardian layers, which were removed when we launched. The Guardians were always in a forward position, like unlive, but before that, there were Guardian layers, which when the Guardian was wounded once, they would retreat to. So here's part of the Guardian layer. You can see here the map still kind of retains its 3 lanes. It's much larger. This version of the map is infamous. People love to remember this map, but hated playing it. This one has so many points. This is like a 9-point map, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this has 9 points. Imagine what a disaster that would be if you're playing quick match. So you can see here the A point is kind of the same. The Guardian's over there, but there's another path that goes under. And then this cuts across. This was the good version of the map. See, everybody remembers it being the good version of the map, but then when you actually play it, it's disastrous. But I do have very fond memories of this map too. Here's the top sniper spot up here. It's a lot bigger. So this goes into kind of the inner workings of how map design happens, right? You have to play test the shit out of these things because you have no idea what it's going to be like. And then even then, you know, you get thousands of people that hop in, whereas our team is only like 100 people. So this stayed mostly the same. We go down here. The old interface too. Old interface, looking good. This area went through so many different iterations. So at first there was one big tree, and then it went to this, and there was like a central objective that was a Motiga that you could kill, and the Motiga did different things, like it gave you power at one point, and then it dropped little orbs at another point, and there was tons of different things that happened with the center point on this map. So this is one of the iterations. In the next build that I'll show you guys after this one, in the second build, there's like an almost fully textured, completely different version of Wizard Woods here. So this one, it's got a lot more winding paths. It definitely feels more like a forest. And then here, we're just gonna, let me do this God mode. So this guy, he's pretty angry. He's not gonna be happy with me over here.
Lightning fast.
These are a little bit further back. You can see it's not textured, not that pretty. The death pit, yep, the death pit. So again here. So if I recall, oh yeah, there's this little like root, this massive root that covers. Okay, I have to put myself in a spot where I'm not just gonna get insta-gibbed here. I think I can stand up on the top of this hill. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. That was a little abrupt, but as you can see, this was still a work in progress. So here's what happens after Clash, or during Clash, when Clash hits, right? It becomes the death pit. Yep, there's this floating crystal up here where the tree used to be. The tree's magic is overpowered or something. It goes crazy. The power cup is overflowing. And then a lot of the environment here gets destroyed by the Guardians. And I don't think they stop. Yeah, I don't think they stop. Okay, next one.
It is the final Clash.
We're gonna check out very, very early version of Sky City. This is the Sky City that I have most fond memories of. This Sky City did not see playtests. Like when I started working for Motiga, this was long gone. This is a very old version of Sky City, but you can see it is literally a city in the sky. This one was very ambitious. It had very large, reaching goals. So on the right side here, there's a point. I don't think that's the right Guardian position. I think they were supposed to be like back in their lair or something. How are you even supposed to damage that Guardian? But yeah, this is a city, right? Look at this thing, man. Super old stuff here. Run along the right path. Comes up over here, getting close to like the center point. Lots of opportunities to clip. Up here, this is one of the neutral points that you could cap. They're like vans, cars. Here we go, tons of airships over here. That's how people in the world of Gigantic travel. Got airships. All right, this is pretty mirrored. It just goes over here to the enemy side. Open. This map is a lot bigger than it looks. It feels really large because there's so much verticality to it. And there's all these little Cliff City, that's right. There's all these like little bypasses and sideways. Here's another part of the neutral area. So there's the one over here, which is like around the airships, and then there's this one, which has a bunch of overturned cars. Pretty sweet. And then it also goes up there. Actually, let me run up there real quick. Ooh, collision. Oh, I can't get up there. It's like over here somewhere. I thought there was an opening up there. Maybe not. Okay, we'll run around. Here we are. So yep, it goes down. And there's this whole area. Oh, nice.
Lightning fast.
And this. Cool. So this is the earliest version of Sky City that I remember. I don't think I ever actually play tested on this one, but this map, really cool. Very inspired. All right, next up. A map that you don't hear talked about very often. What game would be complete without a fire level? So here we go. This one's codename Magma.
battleground. Use the
You can see why.
summoning to grant me strength.
I'm gonna hop off on the left here. And we'll start over here. Cool. So here's B point. This map also had a lot of verticality. So the lava, if I remember, shouldn't kill me, it should just bounce me back up. It's not doing that. Oh, okay. All right, that one didn't work. Here, let's run around the outside. Going from B over to H to the enemy side. There's your buddy Gren. There's a ramp that leads up to him. A pathway down here. Oh, okay, this one's doing what it's supposed to, I guess. The lava like launches you out. This is the Guardian Lair. And then rounding the other side, there's a huge area down here. You can set up for snipers up there and over here too. And then both of these connect to the middle point right here. This is the middle neutral point. There were some versions of this map where the entire center area was covered in fire and like the lava would pulse up and it would cover the point. And I think it killed your creature even. And then it would dissipate and then you could go to that point and you could summon another creature. I think that was during the old way that Focus used to work, or Power used to work, where power was just collected passively over time by creatures. So when you had a creature on a point, it would just start passively collecting power in ticks instead of it going in like a big 20 chunk. And then this also, Clash on this was crazy. It obliterates like half the map. I don't know if it works quite so well, but we're gonna give it a shot.
It is the final
Oh, okay.
clash.
Here we go. There we go, he moves to his lair. Oh boy, okay, it's doing this. So it's gonna enter Clash like continuously until we exit the map. Oh, I'm dead, okay.
I will resurrect.
All right, well, you can see a
It
little
is
bit of
the
that.
final clash.
Okay, and the old grassland. Actually, let me pick a different character here. Is this? Who do we have? Who can I show off? There's Old Shadow, Javash, Zandora. Rutger had his model a long time ago. This is T-Mat, right? T-Mat codename is Siege, and then she was going to be called Boomer, and then got changed to T-Mat. So this is T-Mat. Here's Juice, Ezrangal. Okay, I can probably, and then support, yeah. So let's check out Glyph. Yeah. So his codename was Glyph because he used to put glyphs on the ground like this, right? He would put like little runes everywhere. I think most of his kit was reliant on that at some point. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can fly. Aha! Here's the old grasslands. Let's see, another huge glyph. So you used to be able to summon a little Voden here, which you can see kind of the beginnings of in the current grasslands. You can summon an ally, you can heal him and whatever. Cool. Then all these things you can summon too. It's Laren, she's just chilling, having a good time, checking you out while you're practicing in the lab. Voden goes all the way over here for some reason, and then he actually fights stuff too. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Okay. I think that's basically it for this build. There's cooler stuff in the next build, so we're gonna switch over to that one. Let me go back here to my face. Cool. If we have time, I have another build that I can show too, which I think we should. Have to check my work messages real quick. While I'm loading this up, thank you all for your patience. This one, ooh, this one has some good stuff. SoundCloud for music? Yeah, we do have a SoundCloud. Be sure to check that out. I think you can probably just search for it. Just search for Gigantic SoundCloud and it should pop up. So also while this is loading, actually, it looks like it's pretty much done. Cool. All right, switching over to the next build. Yes? No. Oh, there it is. Sweet. Nice. Cool. So you can see this is one of the earlier versions of the current UI that we have. Still in progress, very much in progress. Yep. None of this is going to load, unfortunately, right now. The current shop, right? Fortune card menu, career menu. Nice, nice. Okay. To start things off here, since we just looked at Sky City, let's go ahead and check out Sky City version 2. I think it's like this. Nope. Try again. Like that. Hey, cool. Again, I have to preface this by saying Sky City went through so many iterations, just like all the maps do.
Let's get stabbing.
So this is one of the newer versions of Sky City, one of my favorite versions of it, at least. Not the final version that we had previously, but this is definitely more along the lines of what we were seeing for Sky City. So over here, A point, right? This would be the Guardian layer when they move. A point's up top. You can run down here. There's a neutral point right here in the middle. This was so much fun to fight around. So you can see the kind of the shape here. We were seeing the concept art for this general area before. Right? And then same thing over here on this side. You can jump over here. I like this where the retreating team has to jump up, but there's a ladder or stairs on that side. And then it leads them up here to their point. And you can come up here and defend your Guardian.
Out of
He's
my
not going to be
way.
happy with me being here. All right.
This area is mine.
The distance between the two Guardians is real short, but it has like a lot of horizontal. Like the map is more horizontal, I guess, if that makes sense. There's B point over here, which again went through, like this B point changed so many times. And then up here, there were a lot of launch pads at various iterations of this map that would take you to different areas. Here, this one takes you into the center point. Boom. This little overhang, this like sky bridge, had windows at some points where you could shoot through, and you could like drop Beckett grenades down. It was crazy. This had a wall sometimes. Sometimes there was a point up here. This is another launch pad. Takes you up to this guy, which in some versions you were able to go to this, and in some versions you weren't. In this one, that is not the case. But you can do this, and it opens up access to this entire area. And you can see all the points have moved over to this new area. So the other area is done. You don't want to be over there. You come over here and fight, and this is really fun. Yep, you can come up top here. People get clipped all the time coming up these like little ramps. People will just wait for somebody to rotate, and then you just clip them. So much fun. Down here.
Oh.
And then the Guardians smash the box
Have a
here.
dagger.
And that's the new little Guardian lair. Yep.
Oh.
This is how Sky City kind of looked. This is more along the lines of where Sky City was going. Now we have another iteration of Wizard Woods. Okay, it worked. Good. There's a high likelihood that this could crash
Places
at
to
any
go,
point.
people to kill.
So this Wizard Woods is like this one really came
Control
along.
of the battle.
Right? This is pretty much
Use the
fully
summoning
textured,
zones
and
to
it has all the
grant
models and
strength.
everything it needs, so it's super lush. I think we had to cut down a lot of this because of performance issues. But here's the Guardian Arena, or the Guardian Lair, right? This is Lairen's. Look at how cool this is. Oh man. So there's this whole part of the
I'm saving
map
these for you.
where those little pixie dudes were like blocking it off because the forest is on fire. So they were defending it and they were trying to put out the fires. Yeah. And then, you know, you can run down here, and this is all kind of the same. Yep, pretty cool. Guardian's still right here. Here, I'll cross through like no man's land right here. The opening is much bigger here into the
Catch.
center area. There's this. And there's another inlet to the central area right here,
Have a
too.
dagger.
And I'll show that in just a bit. I think most of this stuff stayed pretty much the same. Yeah. Maybe the art's a little different, but I think the layout is pretty similar. Come down this way. There's the bugs. They're drying their shrooms for later. Godhood on. Here we are.
Excuse me.
This, I think this is mostly the same. And then this Guardian layer, actually, I'm gonna hit it from the front because it's just so pretty. Oh, see this? We'll show that in just a minute. Yeah. It's like dark and ominous and foreboding in here. Looking good. There's some collision over there too. I think the whole area here was submerged in water. Yeah, look at this. This is all underwater. Nice. Then the mushrooms on the side over here. And into this lane. Okay, so a little bit of history on this map. So we wanted to put something in the middle. There needed to be like something, right? All of our maps were different. Each map had kind of a different flow and dynamic to them. So this map, Wizard Woods, we wanted to have a central objective, something very different from all the other ones. Like I was talking about before, there was a Motiga at first, like a big Motiga at first in the middle of the map, and you can kill it and do stuff. And yeah, I see Aimbot's nose. You can come in here, and this is a lot more open. You can see it's like a big hollowed out tree, right? The ruins of Teldrassil. So you can go in here. This is very early art. I'll show you guys the better version of this. So one team would capture this, right? And if another team is in there, their progress bar would halt yours. And then they could kill you or whatever and go in, and they could capture at this point too. And it would summon an Infernal to your team. And this was so broken, it's so super snowbally, because the Infernal in the middle would then give you portals to the side lanes so you could just rotate no matter where you were, right? But oh man, was this so much fun. It encouraged a fight in mid because you had to get this. You had to get the central point. But all the art for this was done, right? Look at how cool this is. Incredible. Yeah. And then of course you could hop up here, and range would just like sit up here, right? And just siege down on you, and you have to jump twice to get up to them. So here, let's check out. I think I gotta run real far back for this one because I don't want to get smushed. Oh wait, no, actually,
Out of my way.
I definitely want to show it. I think this one has animations. I think this build has animations. I can hang out in a corner over here or something and not die. All right, let's try. So when entering Clash,
It is the final plunge.
okay, I haven't died. Okay, there we go. I was in the right spot. Check this out. Yeah. So a problem we ran into with this was that there was projectile
Saving
collision
these
here
for you.
across the entire thing. So range could not attack in. So I think that's why they got rid of this. But you can see how insane this is. This monster pit. It's all hollowed out. And it uses a lot of the same assets around the top,
Catch.
right? And this ramp was here before, you just couldn't see it. There was like this part of the ramp. But now you can look in, and the fights in this area were so epic. Like this was one of the most fun places to fight. So cool. And then most of the map remains the same on this one. Just a lot of the art is different. Sick. Okay, what do we got next? What do we got next? Oh, okay. So this one. Like that? Nope. This one I don't think was ever an officially sanctioned, unofficial map. I'm pretty sure the QA dudes were working on this. I think like a lot of the folks from QA were working on this. I think
get stabbing.
Nick and Matt were the ones that created this, and they had a whole page where they were constantly working on this map. This one's codenamed Skytuga. So I don't know what was ever planned for this, but I figure we should give some shout outs to those guys because they did spend a lot of time on this map. And this they were just working on in their spare time. Skytuga. I think in some versions you
Been
could
saving
go
these
into
for
like
you.
the central airship here. But this one, I don't know if I ever did a playtest on this, but I used to run around in this map all the time and see when they were working on it. This is a really fun map. It's really open too. Yeah, so like there was an old version, a very, very old version of Sky City. I think it was Sky City, or maybe it was Mod City. But there was a map that had an entire city inside of it, and I really looked for that, like a build that had that in it, but I couldn't find it. But there was a whole map that had buildings like this shooting
dagger.
across the whole thing. It was sick. So yeah. Shout outs to those guys for working really hard putting this together. Okay, we covered Sky City, Wizard Woods. Ooh, this one. So, I think it was unofficially announced somewhere that we had plans to do like night versions of a lot of the maps, or alternate versions, like B versions of a lot of the maps.
Places to
So
go,
this is one of
people
the
to kill.
older versions of Canyon Night.
Control of the battleground.
You can see the
Use
layers still
summoning
here, so
circle
that's how
to
old this one
grant me
was.
strength.
So this map doesn't change too much. The dynamic of the map changes entirely. The way that you play the map changes entirely just by doing two things. So we opened up a pathway right here from B to C and made it so that your side, your C is over here instead of being over here, right? So that's basically all that changed in this entire map through most of the iterations. So usually there's a wall here,
Saving
right, on
these
the
for
normal
you.
version of the map, but then this is opened up and you can cruise over here and come down this way. And here's your C is on this side, on the right side, instead of being on the left side, which has insane, like it changes the map entirely, changes the flow of the map entirely just by doing a little bit of that. And there's more opportunities to cliff up here. There's a little like range spot up here where you can just siege
Have a
down
dagger.
on the enemy point. So instead of the fights happening, like in Canyon, a lot of the fights happen like around here, you know, and kind of in pit. And then in the central area, most of the fights on this map tend to happen around these 2 points, going back and forth, and then rotating like behind the Guardians. This map was so fun. It was horribly imbalanced, but it's like, you can, just like, designing maps is really hard. And also the art, you can see the ground texture is a little different. It's like a different color.
saving these for
And
you.
then there's some smoke and like a Majora's Mask moon here coming down, crashing into the earth. But a lot of the rest of it is really bright. That's because of how hard it is to just switch from day to night, right? It's not just changing the lights. You have to change the textures in the entire map, because all of these textures were designed
Catch.
with the map being day in mind. So all these are super bright, so it's not just easy to flip a switch and turn it from day to night. There's a lot of development time that goes into this. And we had some concept art for this map too, and it was incredible. And man, maybe I can find that and I'll put it on the Discord later. But also, you know, there's like sniper posts here, so you can't just shoot the enemy Guardian. But look at how close the enemy Guardian is to your point. This map went really fast. Games did not last too long on this one, but it's super cool. And then here, this side too. It
Me.
should be mirrored. Yeah. Just get a look at what it looks like, the colors and such. The colors, Duke, the colors. Yeah. Okay. Next up. Okay. We have one more map to show, but I'm actually going to save that for the next build because we have a little bit of time. So, yeah, we got 20 minutes. That didn't work. What did I do wrong? There we are. I have way more than 40 or 20 minutes worth of stuff to show, so I'm gonna have to kind of pick it up here.
Killing time.
I want to show you guys a little
Loving
details, all the cool stuff.
kills.
It's just habit for me to load in this trip because I run around the maps as Trip. All right, here we go. Let's check out some of the protos, shall we? So this is Rang. We showed off the concept art for this character earlier. Oh, okay. I don't want to fight him. Here, we'll just go here where it's safe. So Rang's LMB, actually, here. You can kind of see that, right? Yeah. Oh man, I gotta get through this. Okay. So the LMB throws a little projectile that bounces. See, it bounces? It bounces off of things. And when you hit an enemy with it, okay, I got juked by the Motiga. It comes back to you. Yeah. Oh, this character would have been so cool. You can see it return right there. The right mouse, I think you hold it and you can control where it goes, like that. Yeah, sick. Q is, like it charges up this projectile that spins and goes forward and comes back. And then the E is just a speed boost. But then, the focus is this. Oh, look at that. That's so sick, right? Oh man, how cool. Okay, I just thought of a better place that I can show this stuff off. So there's another map. Like that. Like this. Like this. Nope, it's not on this one, I guess. Oh, there it is. All right, sweet. We got it. Cool. So, what other characters do we have here? Support. Support's not all that great. Portal. Juggernaut. I have a better version of Juggernaut that I can show. I actually think I have better versions of all these other characters that we can show. So I'll switch to the next build in just a
Killing
minute.
time.
But I did want to show you guys this fatty. Look at this guy. Oh man, it's so beautiful. This is the Sandrake.
Use the summoning circles to grant me strength.
So developers generally will create like an area where they can just kind of test everything, right? You need one central location where you can test all the things. And so this was ours. So there you go. Get a little bit of a look at the inner workings here. And so you can just jump on one of these guys and fight him, which reminds me. Get that out of the way. There's this guy. I don't think he's rigged up to fight, but we do have these guys, the other Infernals. So this one's in
I'm saving
live.
these for you.
And here's a little baby. But there was also the Void Infernal, and then I forgot what this one's called. But we'll fight both of them in just a moment. Maybe just one of them, actually. I think they have the same skill set. The Obelisk. Here's the big Motiga that was in the middle of Wizard Woods. And then we had Slimes. So and then here, I'll just keep going. The Slimes aren't all that interesting to look at. But the Slimes were kind of like, they served the purpose of the Obelisk with the old power method, where you would put them on an enemy point, and they would gather the power, because the power used to like tick in like every few seconds or whatever, every few seconds, and then they would drain their own health. So they were a very low risk way of gathering power and putting something on the enemy point, because they would just kill themselves and the enemy wasn't able to gain any kind of bonus from it. So let's check these dudes out. Here we go. This is the Savage Infernal. I think they both have the same skill set. It's just like a stun, and then they punch you, and then they zap you with some lasers. Yeah, Savage Infernal. Okay, cool. That didn't take long. Here, let's just check the other one out real quick. I think he does the same thing. Yeah, he's got the same hit. Okay. And then I do want to check this Sandrake, just to see what it does. Nothing. Yeah, okay. He doesn't show up. Okay, I'm going to switch over to the final build, and then that'll probably conclude it for this segment. So let me come back here while I'm getting this set up. All right. This final one is the most exciting out of all of them, in my opinion. If we can get the stuff to work, if it doesn't crash. What did the Savage Infernal do that was different? He had a breath attack. I don't know if Wolfie was responding to that, but I'm not entirely sure what he had. I don't recall. I don't know if I ever actually played with him in a playtest, but that may be correct. Okay, this one. All right. Yes. This one might be really loud. There, okay, it just showed up. Awesome. Let's switch over to this last one. Cool. Wait, I can do this. Right? Oh, I can do this. Yes, okay. We'll make this quick. Which characters? Here we go, here we go. I'm gonna look for some characters that had skins that were pretty much done and in-game. So here was one for Rutger. Can you dig it? Oh man, Warriors is one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. This has nothing to do with Warriors except for the name. But here you go, here's the Rutger skin. Check this out, looking good. He has pillars that go along with it too. The Margrave one. I think some of you have seen this one, Mecha Margrave. Oh, this is so cool. This was supposed to be in the live build, but unfortunately I don't think it made the cook in time. But yeah, this one is fully functioning and should be in the live build. Let's see, who else? I think Darkstar is in here. Yeah, Darkstar's here. This one was done too. I don't think it ever had the color variants done. But here you go. Let's see. I don't think any of these other guys had anything. All right, now we're getting into the good stuff. You ready for this? Here we go. Javash. I'll show this character off shortly. Here, actually I can go like this. I can just show you the skills from here. That'll be an easy way for you to see. This is like the most recent build that I could get. So this is the most recent version of his toolkit. There you go. Screenshot that, save it for later or whatever. Element, this was a character that Henry was working on. Really fun, super cool. Never really got a model, as you can see. It just had temp, but its kit was really fun.
Scanning.
That guy. Here he is, Roland. Check him out. So not done, Roland. And he does have some skins too. I think they're headless. Yes. Headless Horseman of the Apocalypse. Bringer of the End Times, as you can see. Yep, not done. But here they are. This is what would have been Roland. Go back to skills here. Here's Potshot, which we were calling Quinn at the time. There's the kit. Juggernaut, which has a model. Not textured, has a model, not textured. Cool. Wild, oh. Some of you may know of this character. Ooh, you know what comes next? You know what character comes after Wild? I want you all to preemptively type your PogChamps and your Craigasms. Just start typing it right now. Because it's Shadow! Check him out! Yeah! Oh, that's a CV actually, but... Boom, there's Shadow. So this character is pretty much done. There, that's his base color. Look at this, yeah. Here's his first CV. I like the contrast there, looks really nice. Here we go. So very progressive. Here's the darkness one, as always. It's got a ton of eye makeup on there. Looks like a K-pop singer. He looks like CL. Okay. Here's his prestige skin. All right, here's Shadow. And then I think that's basically it for the ones that have models. There's Scavenger, and then Portal. There you go. Yeah, none of these guys have models. Rang, there you can see. Rang doesn't work in this build. Here's Support, which Support's left mouse was like a projectile that shot out healing. It was really fun. And then Sword and Board. So yeah, those are the kits for a lot of these characters. Here, we gotta get cracking on this. Oh wait, actually, I think this build works. I think I can actually just go to practice here. Nice, okay. So I will show you all of what you want to see. If I could find him. Here we go. All right. Hope you're ready for this. Look at Shadow. Nearly complete. I think there is still a lot of polish that needs to be done to this character, but pretty much in a spot where we could have shown this, right? So he's got a really cool run animation too. Look at this. Nice, nice. Little slithery snake. Look at him go. Here, actually, I think I can do this. Does that work? Nope. Ah, bummer. Okay, it doesn't work on this build. That's all right. Oh well. You can see. I have a GIF of this somewhere. I'll release that later. So his dodge animations are really cool. And then back dodge. Sweet. Okay, so let's check out some of these skills here. Isn't that awesome? So that's just his basic attack. His right mouse is a projectile. Like this. And if you hit with it, it teleports you to the enemy. His Q is charged. And the longer you charge it, the more damage it does, and the further it pushes you, like this, right? Like that. His E puts him into stealth, creates a decoy that would have looked like him, probably, right? And then you stay in stealth for as long as you want, until you press an action. Decoy's gone, you are still in stealth. So you can't sprint like this, right? This character was like hardcore assassin, right? You just get those picks. That's your whole job. You just sit in the back line and you get those picks. You know, when you see somebody escaping, you could just like teleport up to them and just start bodying them. Yeah. I don't think his focus is all that impressive, but let's check. Yeah. He just like marks these targets, and I think you can see them across the whole map. Yeah, and you do bonus damage or what have you. Okay. Change character. There's Shadow. Shadow's awesome. All right. Here we go. Check this dude out, Javash. So he has a mechanic that I don't think he's really all that fully implemented. You can see his like run animation here. He has some pretty sweet animations. He's got a really cool dodge. Whoop. And back dodge too, like this. So he would put marks on targets like this. Each left mouse attack would put a mark on a target that then works with his E. So here we are. So his E just does a little bit of damage like that. It's an AoE there. But you can mark these guys like that. And then you can do this and get extra damage from it. Oh, I didn't do it fast enough for that. That's okay. His right mouse is placeholder. It's just a snare, and it causes the target to be snared further the longer it's held. And then his Q is really interesting. It sends out a projectile that when you step on it, it gives you a shield, and you can press it again to teleport to the end. It gives your whole team a shield. It gives everybody on your team that steps within that area a shield. Really cool. I don't think his focus does much either. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, he just does a Star Wars kid thing. Cool, good for him. Okay. We gotta get cracking on this. Juggernaut. Again, not textured, has a model, has some animations. Here we go. So here's the walk. Kind of lumbering, right? She's big, but her weapon is huge. She has a lot of Margrave's animations. I think she has like Margrave's rig. So a lot of this stuff just doesn't look that great. This character's sick though. All right, what else? Dodge, nope. Attack, cool, overhead. So she has an enrage mechanic, right? Here's her basic attack. That's her 3-hit sequence. Okay, right mouse is an interrupt, like that. E, I think. Here we go. E's a smash that does AoE. And then her Q is an enrage, which you can see here, which changes her abilities up. And it also does damage to you. So when you, here's her basic attack, right? There's her 3-hit sequence. You can enrage, and then it changes her abilities, so now this is her basic attack. Spin the win. Yeah. So you can enrage and then use right mouse, which will then, instead of interrupting, it stuns, like that. And then you can enrage and use her E, which is then like Rugrats And then I think her focus just heals you. It gives you like a shield and it heals you. So very much super heavy frontliner. Now, where's this guy? Here he is. All right, it's your boy, it's Roland. His kit is pretty much the same that it was before, if any of you played him before. It's just a little bit different. So he has Shotgun Blast, right? Awesome. Oh yeah, here's his run. And then he actually has the coolest dodge in the game. Oh, it's just so satisfying, right? Dodging a Wu-Tung like this, yeah. His right mouse is, he shoots his arm out. He used to have like gadgets and stuff, but now he just shoots his arm out. And it dazes and snares, and there's also, let's see, tripwire. Here we go. You can put these things on the ground, like that. Cool, cool. His E is like a shotgun blast that propels you backwards, like this. And you can use it in the air and stuff too. And then his Q, his infamous Q, is a grappling hook that works like a teleport now because the grappling hook had so many problems. So it doesn't actually grapple onto things, it's a teleport basically, it's a Mosey teleport. But because it works that way, you can do wonky stuff like this, right? Yeah, there's Roland. I'm just gonna dodge a few more times, it's so satisfying. Oh man. Good old Roland. Okay, we have 3 minutes left. So finally, perfect timing. Like this? Haha, okay. So of course, we were working on a various number of different game types. This is a very, very old version of this. There were other versions that were newer and had better art and all sorts of other different things. I don't have time to really explain too much about it, but we had plans for a different game type that was going to be a brawl. This version of it was kind of the first iteration. It does not have any creatures, no creatures. It just has 3 capture points. So now the capture point that we're seeing here and the UI elements are what we were using at one point for Wizard Woods, the central point. So you can see, you come here to the middle point and you start to capture, right? And once your team captures this, then it's locked and you gain the power for it. There are 3 capture points on this map. We play tested this a lot, and then there were 3 other maps too, which unfortunately I don't have access to, so I can't show you guys those ones anyway. And then you can start like capping this, and then once all 3 of them are capped, then it cycles again. There's a little bit of a lockout period. So actually, let me do this.
I will resurrect you.
Well, that was terrible.
All right, cool. So I just switched teams, so the interface is gonna be a little bugged. But you can see the interface, like we had this whole interface thing working, right? We intended for this to be part of the game. Where then if one person from each team or however many are inside the circle, then it would stop and you can see which team is capping it. Look at that, yep. This would have been the next kind of game mode that we had. Removing creatures, it's a lot more simplistic, kind of like a team deathmatch, but still has an objective.
Saving these for you.
And then the Guardians would rampage. There were a lot of different types of this too. Sometimes you would still go for the Guardians, sometimes the Guardians would just do straight damage. This is not the final design. There are other versions of this that unfortunately I don't have anymore, but there were 3 other maps that had this kind of brawl style to it that I don't have a build of those, so bummer. But that pretty much covers it. We covered a lot in the last 2 hours. So thank you all for being patient while we were going through the whole concept art phase of things. We are right up here on the line. I see a lot of awesome people in the chat, a lot of the Motiga devs. So yeah, man, it's rough, but it's great that I was able to show a lot of this stuff off because the people at Motiga really worked super hard, man, tirelessly to make this happen. So thank you all so much for being here, for hanging out with me. We got another segment coming up in just a moment. So I'm gonna cut the stream, take a quick break. I'm gonna hand it over to Septies and Paul Reck. They're gonna be hosting the next part of this. And yeah, I appreciate all of you being here and hanging out and playing our game. All right, I'll see you in just a bit.